Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Find a comfortable spot and let the world outside fall away. A story is waiting. In ancient times, the Philistines and the Israelites stood arrayed for battle in the valley of Elah. For 40 days, a giant Philistine warrior named Goliath, over 9 feet tall, clad in bronze armor and carrying a massive spear, taunted the Israelite army. He challenged them to send out a champion to fight him, declaring that the outcome of this single combat would decide the war. Fear gripped the hearts of the Israelites, for no man dared to face such a formidable foe. This was a time of great despair and uncertainty. Among the Israelites was a young shepherd boy named David, the youngest son of Jesse, who had come to bring provisions to his brothers on the battlefield. When David heard Goliath's defiant challenge and saw the fear in the Israelite camp, his spirit was stirred. He could not understand why no one would stand up to this uncircumcised Philistine who defied the armies of the living God. David, though young and inexperienced in warfare, possessed a deep and unwavering faith. David declared his willingness to fight Goliath, much to the astonishment of King Saul and the seasoned warriors. Saul, seeing David's youth and lack of armor, tried to dissuade him, even offering his own armor. But David, accustomed to facing lions and bears to protect his flock, refused the heavy, unfamiliar gear. He knew his strength lay not in conventional weaponry, but in his skill with a sling and his trust in God. Instead, David went to a nearby stream and carefully selected 5 smooth stones. With his shepherd's staff in one hand and his sling in the other, he walked confidently towards the towering Goliath. Goliath, seeing a mere boy approaching, scoffed and cursed David by his gods, promising to feed his flesh to the birds and wild animals. He saw David as an insult, a trivial opponent not worthy of his might. But David was undeterred. He boldly proclaimed, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." He declared that the battle was not his, but the Lord's, and that God would deliver Goliath into his hands, so that all the world would know there is a God in Israel. As Goliath advanced, David ran quickly to meet him. He reached into his bag, took out a stone, and put it in his sling. With a swift and powerful motion, he hurled the stone, striking Goliath squarely on the forehead. The stone sank into Goliath's skull, and the giant warrior fell face down to the ground, defeated by a single, well-aimed shot from a shepherd's sling. The impossible had happened. David then ran and stood over Goliath, took the giant's own sword, and drew it from its sheath. He killed Goliath and cut off his head, a decisive act that symbolized the complete victory. When the Philistines saw that their champion was dead, they turned and fled in disarray. The Israelites, emboldened by David's incredible triumph, rose up with a mighty shout and pursued their enemies, securing a great victory that day. This extraordinary story reminds us that true strength is not always found in physical might or imposing stature. It lies in courage, in unwavering faith, and in the conviction to stand up for what is right, even when facing overwhelming odds. David, the underdog, teaches us that with faith, even the smallest among us can overcome the greatest of challenges. We all face giants in our lives, be they fears, obstacles, or societal pressures. Let this ancient tale inspire us to face our own giants with the same courage and faith that David displayed. Let us remember that the battle is not always won by the strongest or the largest, but by those who believe in a power greater than themselves. In every challenge, there is an opportunity for courage to shine and for the seemingly impossible to become possible. Let us find our own smooth stones and face our giants with unwavering spirit. I hope you enjoyed our time together as much as I did. Until we meet again, be safe and always dare to dream.